Reports say that Manny Pacquiao recently came to his training camp and even trained with him. Having a legend like Pacquiao present during camp shows how serious Garcia is about this fight. With that kind of support and experience around him, Ryan appears fully committed and determined as he gets ready to face Mario Barrios. Manny Pacquiao. Pacquiao offers important insight because he has already stepped into the ring with Mario Barrios before. His past experience against Barrios gives him valuable knowledge that he is now sharing with Garcia as he prepares for the fight.
Without a t-shirt, and I don't know how long. I forgot how easy it was. Without
same path, both in the ring and in his life outside of boxing. Garcia respects everything Pacquiao has achieved throughout his legendary career and is eager to learn important lessons and skills from his experience.
I mean, I'm telling you, like, that's one of my idols. Like, I really look up to Pacquiao. Like, people don't know, but, like, he's one of the people I look at. I'm like, man, like, this guy is everything I would want to be, you know, as a career, as a fighter, because he did everything, like, you know, with such grace, and he did, you know, hit up spectacular fights. He helped out his community. I'm trying to do things similar like that, but me, I'm more of I want to give back to, you know, like the younger generation. I want to help them with like anxiety and stuff like that, and it's mental things that I know a lot of kids my age we go through, especially this generation. I mean, that just out there on the internet, and then these kids doing horrible things like shooting. I think it stems a lot from the mind.
Urging Garcia to focus on getting stronger, improving his conditioning, and continuing to develop his skills. Pacquiao sees real potential in him and wants him to keep working hard so he can reach an even higher level of success.
Maybe more development for Garcia, Ryan. He's but still young.
Where does Ryan go from here? Who would you like to see him face next?
He should, you know, strengthen his body and also learn a lot of more techniques, because that's what he needs. He has the skill of boxing, but you need to improve.
He appears mentally focused and fully dedicated to the work he is putting in. Every session shows his commitment as he works on improving and sharpening his skills to make sure he is fully prepared.
Against the current. High tide, mother. Get out the water! And I ain't no lifeguard, so you ain't gonna get.
He performs each drill with serious intensity and pays close attention to every movement. He works on smart techniques, follows a clear strategy, and pushes himself to build stamina. All of this effort is aimed at making sure he delivers his best possible performance once he steps into the ring.
Do something cute off of that. All the cute moves. Now a little pip. Yeah, right. Right.
Display his strength and accuracy. Every strike reflects his strong mindset and determination. His attacking style remains aggressive and non-stop, proving that he intends to control the fight and overpower his opponents with constant offensive pressure.
Left. 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 Left.
Where is that?
Left. 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 Left.
10 seconds.
His agility and sharp timing work together perfectly, making it difficult for opponents to keep up. This fast and active style strengthens his image as an exciting and energetic fighter who can take control of the action at any moment.
I've seen it. Good. Nope. Careful with that. You can hurt your hand.
Veteran coach Joe Goosen, calling it both surprising and unusual. He said that even though Ryan made the final decision himself, he personally did not expect this move at first. He pointed out that Goosen has trained fighters in the past and later ended up facing them in competition, which made the situation stand out even more. He admitted that he questioned the reasons behind decisions like that, but he also made it clear that he does not believe it creates any real advantage. Despite the unexpected nature of it all, he stressed that their team is not distracted. Their full attention remains on the upcoming challenge, and they are staying focused on the work that needs to be done.
Type of a deal. And I mean, do you feel like it's a big deal?
Well, not, I mean, it's, my son is the one that, felt that way. I felt that way, that it was kind of a surprise at first, but then I recall Joe telling me that he did that in the past. He did that in the past where he would train a fighter, and then about 3-4 months later, he would fight against the guy, who he trained. It was kind of weird. So I told Ryan about that. I said, you know what, he does those kind of things. I don't know why he did it against us, but maybe he wanted to get paid or something, but there's no advantage here, and it is what it is. We can't stop it. It's already done.
Saying it is the best camp he has ever seen. He praised Ryan's conditioning, discipline, and determination, explaining that his work feels like a true mission and something carefully crafted with purpose. In his view, Ryan is performing at 100%, and in this kind of shape, he believes no opponent can beat him. He also responded to questions about testing procedures, making it clear that Ryan has been going through beta testing during the entire camp, just like Mario Barrios. With father and son now fully united again and Ryan's focus sharper than ever, the team feels certain that Garcia will step into the fight stronger, fully prepared, and ready to make a powerful statement.
Camp going, man. Like when you look at Ryan, you look at all the other training camps, and you guys are back together, united again. How does this one fare upon all the others?
You know what? This is the best I've ever seen, and the best I've witnessed the way his condition is. I mean, it's just a work of art. I mean it, a work of art. This is something that everyone's going to be surprised. And like I said, he's up here, he's 100%. And when he's like that, ain't nobody going to beat him. There's no way. He won't let you. I won't let him, lose, but definitely he's on it. He's just like, he's on a mission. I love it. I'm loving this training camp.
I was looking at a post that Ryan posted up, talking about, certain content creators, talking about...
Analyst shared his views during a conversation with Paulie Malataji about Ryan Garcia's current place in boxing and the challenges in front of him. Robert explained that Ryan has benefited from good timing and the right opportunities. He pointed out that the current situation in the division has helped Ryan land major, high-profile fights. Some people might call that luck, But Robert made it clear that Ryan should not be criticized for taking advantage of the opportunities given to him. He also spoke about Ryan's natural talent, especially his speed and punching power. In Robert's opinion, those strengths can change the outcome of any fight. However, he stressed that talent alone is not enough. Real success depends on discipline and sticking to a well-structured game plan. According to Robert, Ryan has trained under some excellent coaches before. Still, the most important factor is whether Ryan fully listens, follows instructions, and carries out the strategy inside the ring. Without that level of commitment, even the best trainer in the world cannot promise a win.
Paulie, hopefully he is investing his money.
He's like Destiny's Child. He's a survivor. He just keep blasting. He's just in there, right? He just keeps blasting.
Good for him, man. Good for him. Can't be mad at him. Can't be mad at his luck, because I could say that is luck. He's lucky that these guys are around in the division and calling his name out and fighting him. But when it comes to the fight, look, Ryan is got so much power and speed that if Ryan does prepare himself and Ryan does pick the right trainer to come up with a good game plan, and Ryan follows it, because I'm not saying he's never had great trainers. He's had great trainers, but if he doesn't follow the instructions and if he doesn't follow the game plan, then there's nothing nobody could do. If Ryan does follow the game plan and disciplines to put up a great fight.
Duarte and Luke Campbell. He suggested that those wins may carry even more value than a fight with Mario Barrios. In his view, those performances showed what Ryan can accomplish when he is fully locked in and free from any controversy. Robert explained that these past victories prove Ryan's real ability and potential. They were clear results earned inside the ring, showing what he can do when he stays focused on his job. In the end, Garcia shared a careful but hopeful outlook. He said Ryan has every tool needed to win in an impressive way, as long as he remains disciplined. At the same time, he admitted that it is hard to predict which version of Ryan will appear on Fight Night. For Robert, the final result will not depend on luck. It will depend on whether Ryan can control his talent, stick to the strategy, and perform at the highest level when it matters most.
Never got to be a world champion, but his title shots came against Linares and Lomachenko, so that's why he was never a world champion. You get a guy like Barrios. I mean, a lot more guys will become world champions. I think Luke Campbell's a better fighter than Barrios as well, if you put him head to head in that stylistic matchup. So I think Garcia has wins that are comparable to maybe even better than a guy like Barrios.
Last time we talked about failing up, Chris, it was George Kambosos Jr. We talked about just how fails up, just like finds big fights somehow. But he did have the big upset win over Teofimo Lopez. It kind of put him on a level that I don't believe he was capable of defending. Do you agree with Paulie that Ryan Garcia does have the wins to kind of tantalize us about his ability, even though he's been so disappointing the last couple of years?
Regardless of skills and performances, what Ryan brings to the table is popularity. And you mentioned it from the onset about being a star.
The ring is, in a way, similar to his unpredictable personality outside of it. Ryan has often been viewed as a controversial and unpredictable figure, sometimes showing unusual behavior during press conferences and public events. Henry admitted that some of Garcia's actions have created debate and raised questions. However, he also pointed out that this unpredictable nature is part of what makes Ryan such a fascinating and hard-to-figure-out personality in the boxing world. According to Henry, that mix of talent and unpredictability adds to the attention and curiosity that always surrounds him.
It really matches his personality. This is quite a chaotic guy. We've seen stuff from him over the years. He comes into press conferences pretending to drink beer. His personality can seem quite erratic, a little bit all over the place. I actually find him very intriguing as a character, quite compelling. That's not to say I like everything he's done. He's clearly done some pretty abhorrent stuff too. But overall, this is a guy who is, I think, enigmatic would be a fair word to describe him. But yeah, these are the three areas where I think Ryan Garcia really thrives. And all of them involve, as I just said, chaos. The first key area is when fighters rush backwards. Now, usually, and I think this is quite an impressive skill that he has, usually in a boxing room, when a guy decides to get on his bike and move around the ring, it can be very, very hard to close them down and score shots on them. Look at Josh Kelly versus Murtazaliev recently. or the Canelo Skull fight, or indeed Devin Haney against Jose Ramirez, or Devin Haney against Brian Norman Jr. These are guys that found it difficult to stop Haney when he decided, I'm not engaging right now, and you can't touch.
They all connect to chaos in one way or another. The first area is Garcia's ability to take advantage when his opponents are moving backward or trying to escape around the ring. In those moments, Garcia shows impressive skill. He quickly closes the gap and lands clean, effective punches, even in situations where many fighters find it hard to connect. Henry compared this to the struggles seen by other fighters like Josh Kelly and Devin Haney, who have shown how challenging it can be to hit opponents that focus on movement and defense. According to Henry, Garcia stands out because he can turn those fast, messy exchanges into opportunities. He also addressed past controversies, including the failed drug test connected to the Haney fight. Even with that situation, Henry made it clear that Garcia's in-ring talent cannot be ignored. His speed, sharp timing, and ability to take control during wild exchanges separate him from many others. In the end, Henry described Garcia as a fighter whose unpredictability creates both problems and advantages. That same unpredictable nature can be difficult to manage, but it is also what makes him so dangerous inside the ring.
Very aware when Ryan Garcia fought Devin Haney that he failed that performance-enhancing drug test. I know it's been struck off both of their records. But the reality is, the stuff I saw him doing in that Haney fight, I saw him doing it before that fight too. So unless you're saying that he cheated for his entire career, I actually just think that Haney played right into the way that Ryan Garcia likes to fight that night. Because one thing that Ryan Garcia is actually really good at is pressing you when you move backwards like that. When you're not in a position to counterpunch, Ryan Garcia loves it. To be fair to Haney, without the knockdowns, he actually could have won this fight. Ryan Garcia was on the back foot just trying to get through the rounds for a lot of it because his stamina clearly wasn't quite right. But when Haney did go on the back foot and when Garcia did press, that was when he had success. And then he'd pin him close to the ropes and he'd go for him, he'd throw those combination punches. When your feet aren't planted, it's much harder to counter someone or to land something significant, and Garcia knows that instinctively. So he will really press you in those moments. And throughout his career, it's an area where he's
He raised the question of who truly shapes success. Is it the coach who builds the fighter, or is it the fighter who raises the coach's reputation? He brought up Joe Goossen's long history as a respected boxing trainer and focused on an important issue. Can Goossen adjust his training style to fit Mario Barrios, or will Barrios need to adapt to Goossen's firm and structured approach? Plemons explained that Goossen brings useful experience to the table. He understands Ryan Garcia's habits, tendencies, and the way he trains. However, he questioned whether that knowledge by itself would be enough to fully prepare Barrios for the fight. He made it clear that while Goossen can offer game plans, technical advice, and strategy, the final responsibility always rests on the fighter. It is up to Barrios to take in the guidance, apply it properly, and carry it out inside the ring when the pressure is at its highest.
Boxing combat sports, is it a coach that makes the fighter or the fighter that makes the coach? Now, Joe Goossen has a track record of being a high-level boxing coach. We know this. But do coaches change for fighters, or do they implement what they know to fighters and fighters change for coaches? Because this will be the crux of what happens here. Can Joe Goossen, not to call Mario Barrios old, but can he teach an old dog new tricks? Can he give him something that Bob Santos hasn't? Sure. Can he give him more info about what Ryan likes to do? Absolutely. But will it be enough to prepare him for what Ryan knows that Joe knows? And how Joe trains fighters, and how Joe runs a camp, and how rigid he might be. And even that last part, Ryan's talking about information leaking maybe from Joe, or that Joe was leaking information about Barrios, or about, I'm not sure who he was talking about Ryan or about Barrios, but Ryan again seems confident that he knows exactly what they want to do, and maybe even knows what's going on in Barrios' camp, which again, does that really mean a lot? Who knows? But again, what makes a...
Some believe that Ryan Garcia seems very confident, almost as if he already has a clear idea of what Mario Barrios and his team are planning to do. This brings up an important question. Does inside knowledge really give a fighter a true advantage, or will the fight still come down to who performs better in the ring? For Wade Plemons, this discussion returns to the core of boxing itself. He asked what truly defines a fighter. Is it the coach's system, discipline, and structure that shape success? Or is it the fighter's own ability to adjust, think quickly, and take control when it matters most? When it comes to Barrios versus Garcia, Plemons believes the real answer will not be found in debate or prediction. It will be revealed when they step into the ring and settle it through their performance on Fight Night.
Back the Devin Haney buildup, he was wildin'. That man was like, "Where's your mama at? I want your mama. Where's your mama?" Talking to Devin Haney. But that was personal. That fight was personal for both those guys. Bill Haney was saying his son was going to kill Ryan. It was crazy. But, in the Rolly fight, everything was super laid back. I was there at the press conference watching Ryan just kind of more be so, locked in on Devin and maybe overlooking Rolly. He can't make that mistake here. And it doesn't look like he has. It doesn't look like he's overlooked Mario Barrios. He absolutely believes he's going to knock Mario Barrios out. And that kind of confidence is what you want to see. This is kind of the old Ryan. A little bit more, I would say, subdued, obviously, than the Devin Haney fight. But in his early career, he was a subdued guy. The trash talk started coming out more with the Gervonta Davis fight and even the Oscar Duarte fight. He was talking trash to Oscar De La Hoya. He was like, "Yo, you want him to win? Watch this." And again, as much as Barrios, I think, is the most gettable champion at 47 right now, he's still a dog.